I mean, as a man looking at this, I'm like, yeah, go on, girl. Like that dude that she called in the bathroom.
Shit.
Tried to call her a bitch.
Bitch.
Call me a bitch again.
He said bitch like he knew he was gonna walk away from that. Yeah, I told her, told that bitch.
In his mind, he was already at the bar telling that story.
Go over to dtmerch.com and check out our items over there, which helps keep us supported here and keep these shows going. And we do have the shirts, the hats, the beanies. Got my personal favorite right there, which I said I was going to wear tonight, but I forgot because I'm tired. The black cotton tee with the white logo, our best seller. What I would really like for you to do is, while you're sitting up there wearing all your nice gear, looking sexy, looking smooth, well, all you need to do now is join us here on the show. We welcome you with all your stylishness going on. But you need to be a subscriber for that. So go to doubletoasted.com and subscribe to the site. Watch a live show with us, a live stream. Be part of the show in many ways, emails, calls, Skype maybe. And there are many ways to be a subscriber. And by the way, we very much appreciate you doing that because your subscriptions are what really support this fine entertainment. And many ways to subscribe, but I mean, what do I know? But I recommend that you use your Amazon account along with our Amazon Pay button. Put your username in there, put your password in there, press send. Oh, you think you hot now, but wait till you have all that sexy double toasted, that toasty goodness pouring all over your body. Oh, you fuckable now. So let's get your girl Jessica Jones is back, and her timing couldn't be better right now. This is why Marvel is winning, while DC is over there doing all that silly shit. Marvel keeping it real. Marvel's got his hands on the pulse, not on just what these nerds like and these comic book likes, but what these comic book people like, but they look at the pain in people and they say, let's make a show about it. Let's do a movie.
Money.
Yeah. What am I talking about here? Well, I think if you know anything about Jessica Jones, you already are ahead of me. But now we're in season 2. And now that these women out here saying, I ain't taking this shit no more. They say, this is perfect time. I tell you what, Jessica Jones been sitting on the shelf. That's been done. That was supposed to happen a while back until a certain thing, a certain someone stepped onto the scene and Marvel was like, wait a minute, hold on. Let's see how this play out real quick. Jessica, wait a minute, hold on. We'll call you out in a minute. This is good.
It's a nice social movement going on. Opportunity to make some money.
Wait a minute, shit, is that a hashtag? Hold on.
It's the Me Too season.
You see a hashtag, I see dollar signs.
Let's go ahead and see what your girl Jessica Jones is mad about getting these women riled up. Jessica, the trailer for Jessica Jones season 2.
Yeah, I always deal with threats head on, meaning I punch them in the head until they're unconscious. We belong way down below.
Oh boy, Marvel, man. Marvel says, hey, you know what? If you got some anger issues, if you got some emotional pain because you're culturally and socially disenfranchised, are you suffering? Are you a minority that just has it bad? Don't worry about it. We're going to entertain you with it. And we're going to collect the check for it.
We're going to profitize off your suffering.
Yeah, but don't worry. We're going to get paid, but you're going to love it. Can't nobody take pain and suffering and twist it around like Marvel.
Yeah.
That's why DC ain't winning, because they over there doing that silly shit. Mm-hmm. You know, we dark. You know, that ain't nothing. A bunch of heroes talking about, my daddy died in a tornado.
Martha.
That's my mama name too. Brother. You know, man. No, y'all know, just because you walking around all emo and mopey and shit, that ain't nothing.
My parents died, but you're rich.
Yeah, but Marvel said y'all don't know darkness like we do. We just take it and put a nice package on it.
It is weird, man. They keep coming out with these TV shows at the exact moment something social is happening. Like Luke Cage came out in the whole middle of us getting shot a lot in the streets, and now we got Jessica Jones season 2 coming out right when women's movement is going on.
That's it, man. That is it. Because think about
like Marvel is actually starting these things.
It's Disney, man. I would not put anything past
We've
them.
been sitting on this season for 9 months.
Like Lassiter, it's coming together. Last year was working for Pixar. He started this up.
like Mickey had a Harvey Weinstein mask on and was touching people. Oh, tell him Harvey, it wasn't me. It wasn't.
I didn't do nothing.
Who was it? It was a 6-foot mouse with gloves on. We've been asking for a Black Panther movie for decades, and Marvel been sitting up there in some form. I mean, I know Marvel hadn't had it there all the time, but you know, everybody's been saying, no, we ain't gonna do that. And even when Marvel had it, they were talking about, Martin, you said it. They said, okay, everything's in your hands now. You got it. Now can we get a Black Panther movie? Yeah, well, we'll think about it. Hold on. But then all these Negroes started getting shot and Black Lives Matter, and then they said, shit, these Negroes angry. Let's exploit that. But the timing is so right that if we package it the right way, they gonna love it.
Exactly.
They did not do anything until we were dying and mad and protesting, and then that's when we got Black Panther. And now, at this point, there was even a point where these women were starting to kind of mellow out a little bit. And then Jessica Jones had to come in and get these women all riled up, man. Because that's what this is. This is, and I'm being serious when I say this. Yeah, I'm making fun of them saying they're exploiting people and whatnot, but not really. Marvel is just in tune with things that are going on and knows how to speak to these people about that.
Yeah, they've been doing that since the comic books. Like you see the civil rights thing going on, X-Men pops up and they're talking about the difference between, you know, things going on there. So yeah, Marvel's been great at that throughout the years.
Yeah, that's one thing people don't understand. They have been in tune with the cultural shifts and changes over time. And that's what they're doing right here with Jessica Jones at the beginning. She's mad throwing that ball up there and she said, I was kidnapped, I was raped.
Yeah.
I was violated, and she's pissed. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it sounds like every woman out there right now. You know, with the hashtag Me Too movement, but before the hashtag, that was something that was going on a long time. It's just now that, you know, it's starting to come out, and Jessica Jones, I don't know if it's on purpose or not, I'm gonna say it is, and maybe it seems exploitive to some people, but I think that's a great move on their part. I mean, as a man looking at this, I'm like, yeah, go on, girl. Like that dude that she called in the bathroom, tried to call her a bitch.
Call me a bitch again.
He said bitch like he knew he was gonna walk away from that. Yeah, I told her, told that bitch.
In his mind, he was already at the bar telling that story.
I called this woman a bitch like a man.
Even his reflection, like, man, why'd you do that? Yeah. Gert, you look like you ready to say something. See them claws forming.
I really like the first season of Jessica Jones a lot. Right now, as it stands, it's still my favorite of the Netflix shows. It doesn't feel exploitative when they time things like this because they find a way to make the story have more impact because of it. It has much more cultural relevance than it would otherwise. And it doesn't feel scummy how they do it just because they really, for the most part, I feel like they take their time to make sure the story itself is well crafted and these characters are really well realized. Yeah,
it's a reflection of what's going on. It's not exploitive. If anything, they just say, listen, we're going to make money because we wouldn't be able to make more of these if we didn't.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we're a business, you know, first of all. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. They know how to speak to people.
Yeah, and if the show sucked, then it would be different. But so far, their batting average has been pretty good.
Martin, how you feeling about this so far?
It looks fantastic. And it would be exploitive if she was, you know, making girl power speeches all the time.
No, she's drinking all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, she really does speak to people who have been violated or feel that way. And as Goodwin brought up, Marvel's been doing this from the beginning because that was always the thing with DC characters. They were either gods or kings, or rich newspaper editors, or just rich guys in general, or aliens. But Marvel had always had the more down-to-earth characters, beginning with Spider-Man. That was one of the big deals with Spider-Man, that he was a teenager and he was broke as shit. And had real problems that he had to deal with. And they just kind of built on that model.
You know, all social issues aside, again, don't mean I'm going in and like what people complain about with Black Panther. And, you know, give me a review. Stop talking about the culture and the movement and all that stuff. You know, how do you feel about this as a show? Well, of course, we haven't seen it, so we can't give you a review of it. But what we can say is that this trailer, I think it realizes that it needs to like sell people on the action of this too. And I like the way that this did not hold back on showing you how gritty this show is going to be.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the reason why they don't have any blood over for the Disney Marvel movies because it all goes to Netflix. Sure. Right? Yeah. You know, I mean, this took me by surprise, this trailer right here. Like that one dude that got that headshot in there, he's like, damn, I thought this was the Green Band trailer. He's like, you know, I did not expect to see that. That's violent right there.
Can you roll that back? Because I couldn't make out who that was.
Shit, I can't either.
The guy pulling this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the dude that was at the spoiler alert. The guy that was in at the end of the first season, the one that tried to kill Tigress or whatever her name was.
Okay. Yeah,
that looked like cop. Yeah, the cop guy.
Yeah. Because that guy is, if you read the comics,
he's another villain.
He's Nuke from Daredevil.
Yeah, now a lot of people are saying that since he's coming back, they say that because they teased him he was kind of again, spoiler, he was kind of presented as sort of maybe a potential love interest, kind of a charming guy, and then he became kind of psychotic near the end. And
Killgrave. Gotcha.
Yeah. And we see that he's back, and a lot of people are excited to see that, maybe we got a new villain on the rise here. And some people are saying, man, don't do that yet.
Well, how do you feel about David Tennant crushed it in the first season as playing the Purple Man or Killgrave? Do you think he'll be able to live up to that? Because I remember in the first season, I thought he was one of the weaker characters because he was basically just a drug addict who ended up wanting to kill more people to get more of his drug.
Yeah, you know, that's a hard one to do because they took a bold step making a villain, and they could do this with the Netflix show, so I guess it's not that crazy bold, but some people, they could probably take offense to this. It's sensitive, but they made the villain an actual rapist in a superhero show. You know, they did not hide that. He was out there with that. My thing with that is that he's a rapist that they feel like has gone the Loki route where people love him so much that they found a way to kind of bring him back up, even if it might be through, because he's going to be back. It might be through flashbacks.
Are you sure he's back?
They announced that he was attached.
So it might be through flashbacks. On the one hand, it's a sensitive thing and people want to see a rapist get his comeuppance, but at the same time,
he got it in the first season.
Yeah, he got it pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know, so I'm saying they probably won't, he got it there, and so people don't want to see him come back. But you also have that thing of, man, he was so good.
Yeah.
And how can you top that with him, man?
He was so good, but I don't want him coming back because it cheapens his death.
I don't either.
That's one of the problems that I feel like Marvel's having with all of their TV shows is like death is being treated like it's nothing because we've already seen 3 people come back from the dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, what's the point if you keep bringing these people back and they die? There's no cause to this, or there's no fault.
Man, I'm that person where I've read so many comics coming up that I'm so used to villains returning that I get, and I know some of them need to die, and I'm happy to see them go, but there's a part of me that says, man, I don't want to see them die. No, I want to be just like the comics.
I understand that because like in the comic books and even like with cartoons, it works because you have that suspension of disbelief. But in this whole thing, they're going after that gritty realism. This is, if you die, that's it. And in this, if they negate the fact of dying, like there's not really that big threat out there.
And that's the thing about cartoons. Cartoon villains are cartoonish. So they can always keep coming back. Skeletor can come back and, hey, I'm back. You're like, well, you ain't going to do shit anyway. So all we're going to do is whoop your ass and ain't nobody going to die. And we'll be back wearing our tights and having our little gay battles.
I'm going to find out Skeletor was raping people. Make him a reoccurring character.
When you have a rapist, the stakes are higher. So maybe your ass needs to go. I don't have too many bad things to say. I am looking forward to this. When I get into my complaints about the trailer, I mean, there are things that I see all the time. You know, that's my complaint. You know, that was even a complaint with Black Panther, where we're talking about, you know, some of these things are tropes of superhero things we've seen before, and that's probably the biggest drawback, which sometimes you can't help. But I'm seeing this in everything. I'm watching Black Lightning. I'm seeing it in movies where the hero, a superhero, just strolling down the street, and they just casually just walk into crime. Some places getting robbed or somebody's getting their ass beat.
You didn't run into that when we were in New York?
Well,
we saw it like 5 times. We just kept going. We said Jessica will be by.
Well, I don't want to tell you anything, but I stopped the crime.
Black Wonder.
Black Thunder.
Black Wonder is out there, yes. I was just
I want Black Lightning. You got me. Let's go.
I was just going out on my late night stroll for a kolache somewhere. Saw a crime and I had to do my duty. But that's what are you kids doing? Yeah, these heroes are always shopping in a convenience store or a drugstore in the middle of the night, and somebody decides to come in and rob the place, or they just walking down the street. I have a problem with that because if I would never commit a crime in a city where superhumans just walking down the street.
Yeah. Especially that neighborhood. It's like, all right, I ain't gonna be in Harlem. I ain't gonna be in Hell's Kitchen. I'm gonna stay out of Queens because Spider-Man out there bugging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10 this season in the news, it's because some apocalyptic event happened, some superhuman did something.
Yeah, there's a bulletproof black man, a red devil, and a psycho with a skull on his chest, all of them in the same neighborhood.
Yeah.
But I guess the reason why I don't like it because it's one of those things where it's not creative anymore. Superheroes just stumble into crime, and it's just and it's not creative because that's just a convenient way to give you an action set piece to show you what these heroes can do. Is that
What would you do instead?
That root for the hero moment. Well, again, this is something that you can't think of on the spot, but creative writing is a process where you sit down and you think like, okay, what can I do to get past this? It can be done. And they're because we see people do it all the time. Like, man, I usually see it done this way, but they did it another way. It was the creative way that they approached it.
I like the way they did it in Luke Cage because a lot of the stuff was, I know where these people are, let me go get them, as opposed to him just coming across crime. Like the whole movie, the whole series, he was busting up drug houses, figuring out like what was going on with Mariah. So it was like, all right, I like this going on here, not just random crime happening in Harlem.
I like when
it happened a couple times.
That is true. When the heroes know where the crime centers are and the activity is, when they go to it, that's one thing. Or if you really want to set it up, and this is kind of cliche too, but if you want to set up where they see the same crimes being committed over and over again in certain areas, and they're like, all right, now I got
powers now.
Yeah, let me go down here and take care of it.
Fix this.
I like that though. At least it's a more, it's not a random thing like this that we see all the time.
Yeah, the only problem I have with this trailer is that it uses a lot of footage from the first season.
It does.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, y'all ain't really showing me much.
Goodwin said my main one, which I noticed it too. They used a lot of footage from the first season.
Yeah, they did.
So, that is a bummer. It'd been nice to see some more new stuff. But at the same time, I liked the first season so much, and I like this character so much that I'm willing to give it a pass on this particular trailer.
But I don't like it when Netflix Marvel keeps teasing the MCU Marvel, and and it looks like they're gonna still do the same here.
You're one of them.
One of them, what the other heroes.
Well, they talk about it in all of them, though. I remember one of the continuing themes. I remember it in Luke Cage, and I remember he popped up in another one. I can't remember which one, but it was a guy selling bootleg film. Yeah. And he would say, like, it's the incident, which is when the Avengers happened in New York.
Yeah.
So, like, they keep teasing the MCU, but
the guy with the hammer, or what do you, or you need a magic hammer, or hey, the guy out there with the shield, the big green guy. I'm just kind of tired of the teasing unless they're going to deliver. That's what I don't like. I'm like, if they don't, I'm not one of those guys who's like, man, y'all need to like cross over. I'm not going to be satisfied unless y'all appear in Infinity War. No, I'm kind of like, you keep talking about it. Either drop it, because it's kind of a lame gimmick right now.
It was cool at first.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, but now it just seems like, all right, we're just kind of dropping this, because we feel obligated to.
But there's those people that live for Easter eggs, so they can be like, you don't get it, but I do.
Tell you what I would like to see. Now, who plays Jessica Jones? Krysten Ritter.
Krysten Ritter.
She's great as this character. I like her a lot. I didn't even like that actress at first because every time she was in a movie, she was some like snippy little bitch in there. She was a character that you really
Breaking
hated.
Bad, I was glad she died.
Oh yeah, actually that's when I started to like her because she was more dramatic. I used to see in comedies where she was playing the same girl.
Yeah,
but she's good, and what really makes her good in here is her chemistry with Luke Cage. And I hope that that's
the only time she softens.
I know, and that's what they need. Like that she's the one that actually grounded that character a little bit. And you see her making out with other dudes in the movie, which she lives that kind of lifestyle. But I hope that they kind of keep their relationship going.
Well, they get married in the comics, so they got to do something.
I know in the comics, but again, we see they don't really follow the comics all the time. So I'm just saying, I hope they do follow the comics and that these two stay together. It's all right if they take a break and get with other people, but eventually I want to see them get together.
Sure.
But other than that, I'm excited for this, man. I'm very excited because Jessica Jones, for me, as much as she's not my favorite character as far as comics go. I never even knew that much about her. But as far as these Netflix shows go, I think that I like this more than Luke Cage. And I tell you, I didn't even like the second half of Luke Cage that much. But this is the one that's the most consistent right here. I think that this is their best series as far as again, being a cool character and also have something to say, followed by a close second with Daredevil.
Okay.
So, yeah. Any last words from anybody here?
Don't suck.
Well said.
Yeah, wait until that cameo from Iron Fist comes in.
Don't say that.
Yeah, man, y'all can't be making them jokes and y'all ain't seen Iron Fist. Like, y'all don't know how much that shit hurt.